Hi Year 5, and today we are going to look at the work and life of Wassily Kandinsky. So, Wassily Kandinsky was born in Moscow, Russia on the 4th of December 1866, and these are some pictures of what Moscow looks like today. Now, I'm sure, as you can imagine, when he was born, it looked quite different. Kandinsky went to art school in Odessa, which was in Ukraine. However, when he went there, it was still part of Russia. And as a young aspiring artist, he was inspired by the works of Impressionist painters such as Claude Monet. Now, other Impressionist artists would include people like Vincent van Gogh, who we've looked at. And here you can see one of Claude Monet's paintings against one of Kandinsky's. So if you look at them, can you see any similar techniques or similarities with the way they've painted? You'll have also seen some more of Claude Monet's work when we were in the National Gallery. We saw the water lilies and some of his smaller paintings of the Thames. As he travelled through Europe during the 1900s, Kandinsky's style began to change, and he was influenced by the French painter Henri Matisse. So if you look at the paintings by Matisse down here and the paintings by Kandinsky at this side, again you can see the colour. The work is becoming less detailed, a little bit more abstract. While travelling, studying and painting, Kandinsky began to develop ideas about the ways in which music and painting were related. He and many other artists thought that colours and shapes they painted were a bit like a language, and they could describe ideas, feelings and tell a story. So if you look at this painting, you can see at the bottom we've got a cathedral, and at the top this is the music that Kandinsky saw coming out of it. This picture shows what the illustrator pictured while listening to music by French composer Charles Gounod. Do you think it shows something different than that? When you listen to music, does it have a similar effect on you? And does it help you paint pictures in your mind? Now, what I'm going to do is in my second video, which I'll upload on Thursday, I will do a similar piece of art relating to music to show you how to do it. Again, Kandinsky's art is becoming more abstract here. So soon after the end of the First World War, Kandinsky went to Germany to study and teach art in the city of Weimar. Here he continued to develop his style and techniques. And here can you see the different shapes, the different patterns in his work. Kandinsky's paintings were becoming increasingly abstract. Abstract art does not show places, people or objects realistically. Instead, simple forms, patterns and colours are used. They can remind us of real things, and Kandinsky often painted abstract boats, hills and mountains. People see different things when they look at abstract art. The person sitting next to you might think the patterns, shapes and colours in this picture are something completely different to what you see. So if you look at Black and Violet, 1923, I see two people almost having an argument and the lines coming off signify their shouts. However, when I spoke to people at school, someone else said it looks like two mountains, one with the sunrise and one in the dark. Someone else said they saw a man sitting watching the TV. So what do you see? In 1933, the Nazi Party came to power in Germany, and they approved art that was very traditional and showed strong, healthy, powerful German people. These statues at the 1936 Berlin Olympics showed the ideal bodies of men and women in the opinion of Hitler and the Nazis. So as you can see, this is very different to the work of Kandinsky. The Nazis disapproved of abstract art such as Kandinsky's, so they banned it. Only artworks approved by Hitler and his ministers of culture were allowed to be created or sold or displayed in Nazi Germany. So work like this by Kandinsky was illegal, and you weren't allowed to buy or create it. So Kandinsky, when he continued creating work like this, was actually breaking the law under the Nazi rule. Now have a look at this. Why do you think the Nazi Party banned art like this? What was their reasoning, do you think? Kandinsky fled to Paris, France, and he eventually became a French citizen and lived there for the rest of his life. And this is one of his work. Now here, I can see streets. It's almost like a road map. That's what I see there. And do you think you can sketch or paint in this style? Well, you're going to try. What I want you to do is, using triangles, I want you to try and draw an abstract people, and then here I want 2 pieces of art. The second piece, I want you to try doing a landscape painting using clouds, plants, hills, mountains or buildings, and these are some examples. So here, to me, it looks like you've got 2 people, one person coming down the stairs and one person walking along the street. Here you can see the birds in the sky, the clouds. Here it looks like we've got some sort of ornate building with the clouds behind it. I'd say here we had a mountain with the sun. It's almost like between night and dark, isn't it? Here he's used a curved line to draw a landscape. So your task for this week is to create your own piece of abstract art in the style of Kandinsky.